Someone was asking me about ATC monitors, and I'll tell you what I know. In the late 90s, you couldn't give those speakers away. I mean, their reputation was for jazz music and classical. And I remember I had sold a pair of their small two ways with I think it was a 6-inch woofer and tweeter. And they were made out of some kind of really heavy, I don't know if it was lead or steel, but really, really heavy monitors. I sold them to Widener University in Westchester, Pennsylvania. But they were the only ones that I ever sold. No one asked about them. They didn't really have great exposure. And I got to kind of say that the distributor that they had at that time was not the most super active company. And then something happened with the distributor, and I don't know all the details, but I think that had something to do with what was going on. But then later they got a different distributor. I think it was Transaudio, or Transamerica, no, a Transaudio group. They picked them up, and I think they redesigned things, and they start getting out there, and they placed them in the big box houses, and they gain momentum. But I've never heard a pair other than those small, pair that I had, and they were okay. I mean, a lot has happened since the late 90s, and now it's 20 years. Monitor technology has gotten better and better and better. So, like I have a pair of Genelec 8351s that sound fantastic, and they're not that big, and you kind of wonder how are they doing that, but it's the technology behind these speakers, and these other companies are, doing their version of making them more efficient in smaller sizes. So that's what I know about ATC. So when someone asks me what do I prefer, PMCs or ATC, I haven't heard PMCs in 20 some years, and ATCs I really never heard them that good. So I can't really make a recommendation, and I don't like to recommend something unless I've heard them. So that's why I know the Genelecs, they sound great. I know the Questeds, they sound great. I got to say, the Quested monitors was always a challenge to sell a pair of those. No one would ask for them. I would take them out, put them in a studio, let people listen to them, or I'd let them borrow it, and they would stick. People would say, yeah, they do sound great, and they would take them. The same thing with the Genelecs. So there you go. That's what I know about ATC monitors.